All right, y'all, we back with another video. So as you know, we're in the JP anniversary phase, right? So we're getting all these new content, new characters, all these sorts of new things to try out, crazy events, skins, etc. Right? So first things first, there's going to be some news. We're just going to go straight up in order of everything that was given. So first up, if you are a new player or even a veteran, there is going to be a new code. If you aren't familiar with the positioning of where to put the codes in, like if you're a new player, for example, right, you're just going to go right here on your bottom right, and then it's going to also be the button also on the bottom right here. This is where you're going to be entering your code, and with the code that I'll give you, you will be able to receive 300 cubes and 3 AP packs. So yeah, we'll just put in the code right here right now. And then essentially this is going to be the code, and then you just put in the code and you're going to be able to receive your 300 cubes and 3 AP packs. As you see right there. And yeah, anyways, so aside from the actual code that has been given out for the of course the domain expansion Gojo celebration, there is actually going to be an updated story event where we're going to be able to do the magnificent haunted ship, right? So we're going to have a new stage, and then also a boss stage which is going to be unlocked. We're going to have a new free-to-play memory as well, which is going to be called Firework on Cruise Ship, and some sort of special battle, which is obviously boss battle related. We don't know too much information about it, but it might happen. And then of course, every time you beat it, you'll gain 30 cubes. There's obviously going to be like a limit to it. As far as what that is, I do not know. Now, more pertaining to those, spenders in the game, there's actually going to be new packs, right, for cubes, etc. So there's going to be a pack with chaos crystals, and you'll be able to get 3,000 cubes alongside it, and it will be for 3,000 yen. And then there's going to be another pack with 1.8 million training beacons, so the orange orbs, and then 3,000 cubes for 3,000 yen. So overall, that sounds like a really good deal to me. Then you're going to have one that's 60k blue beacons, and then 3,000 cubes. That is also 3k yen. And then 600k JP with 3,000 cubes for 3,000 yen. And then, of course, last but not least, so everybody already kind of anticipated this just based off of the Yuji skin that we got for free. They did plan to, of course, release a Gojo skin. And naturally, as anybody could have guessed, the Gojo skin is a paid skin. Yes, it is a paid skin. So to get Gojo skin, you will have to spend 3,000 yen as well. You'll also receive 3,000 cubes with it, so it's not like it's a complete total loss. Just to give you reference for all the packs that I did mention, 3,000 yen is 20 USD. So you're just basically going to have to think about it yourself and think, is the skin of good value to me, right? $20 for a skin, right, and 3,000 cubes, if you roughly think about it. If we're going into terms with how much you have to spend for cubes anyways on this game, I still think overall it's pretty decent. It's like you're paying for just the cubes and you're getting the skin for free in a way, right? So let me just go right here. So as you can see, it's 3,000 yen for 3,000 cubes. So essentially, if you're buying the Gojo skin, you're still getting the cubes, but you're also getting the skin as well. So if you're like a person who already spends on the game and you buy a lot of these cubes and packs, etc., you're not losing much, just because you're still breaking even. Like, you're still breaking the same amount that you would normally with getting 3,000 cubes for 3,000 yen, but then you'll also have a Gojo skin on top of it. So you probably should just get the Gojo skin, because I mean, at that point, it's essentially free if you're going to be buying cubes anyways. So yeah, it's going to be similar to the Zone Yuji skin. So the skin will change the character and your chibi art as well as your battle animation. Keep in mind, it's only for the new domain expansion Gojo, not any other Gojo. So you can only use it on him. Also, it will increase, not a significant amount, your flat base stats to all characters of the same name just by possessing it. So you just get a little bit of extra additive stats. So it's very similar to like how the bond feature is in the game. So one thing to note is that obviously, it being a skin, there is a possibility that it may return in the future, whether it be only for anniversary events or just whenever. We do not know, but it's very likely that it will return in the future. Now that we finished talking about all the actual news, there's actually a little, I guess you could call it, teaser trailer that they given out that we're going to be looking over right now. So let's just get right into it. All right, so we're here on the official, Twitter page, and like I said, they did release a teaser. So for the anniversary, so we're gonna take a look at that. But let's just read what they kind of have listed here. So let's just, so it's gonna say commercial release, etc. This is obviously for the domain Gojo anniversary, like part 2 or whatever. So it's gonna be SR inside the lower limit, and will be available on the 29th Friday at 15. So I believe that should be 1 a.m. my time, I think. I don't know. It might be JST, right? So it might be a different time. To commemorate this, we will release a first anniversary commercial entitled "A Year of Fan Parade Overflows from the Infinite Emptiness of Space." And then, as you can see here, this is the code, right? So if you didn't understand the code or I messed up too many times in the beginning, you can also get it right here and just put this in and you'll get 300 cubes and 3 AP packs, right? So now that we have that, let's actually watch the trailer or, teaser of, basically the event that we're going to be getting practically tomorrow or even tonight, right? Depending on your time zone.
ここは無加減の内側最大100連ガチャ無料バンパレ1周年
That's pretty much it. It's nothing crazy. I mean, they already showed on the live stream that we watched about a couple weeks ago or a week ago or so, right? Where we already saw the Itadori and Gojo. So this is essentially just kind of broadcasting that, yeah, okay, Gojo's coming. So here's your little trailer of him, and yeah. Pretty nice. I can't wait till he comes out. I want to try to test him out and see how he plays. He's definitely going to be a lot different considering he does domain expansion, right? But it's not really a domain mechanic, right? So like you'll have your characters like Hanami, Incomplete Domain, Megami, Jogo, Mahito, all those characters, they all put up domains and they have an effect that lasts between turns, where Gojo doesn't really seem to have an effect that lasts between turns. He's just an instant ult proc effect. So like he'll just activate his ult normally like other characters, and then it just happens to be the domain, right? As the ult. So we'll see. It's just essentially an effect rather than, field change, layout, etc. So we'll see about that. But either way, just reading based off of what they give us in this kit, he seems pretty nasty. I'm not going to lie with that ult. I just need to see a little bit of the modifiers. Now, I don't know if they actually added the modifiers on the wiki. Yeah, it seems to me that they still do not have the actual information of Gojo yet. Now, that might change in some hours from now before they actually drop him, but we'll see. I can't wait to see the modifiers on, basically all his skills, just because like his ult doesn't essentially isn't anything crazy. And then he also limits his skills once you use your ult. So definitely the skills themselves have to be nasty, right? Like they always put Gojo in a position where he's extremely powerful, but then give him like this huge drawback to balance it out. So I can't wait to see maybe he'll ult, and even before he ults, he has high modifiers. Like maybe like now, I mean, obviously this is a big stretch, but maybe, like 600, 700, 1000% modifiers on his skills, like his skill 1, skill 2. And then obviously his ult, right? So that way his ult will actually limit him. We'll see, but he looks like a really good unit to like clear through stages. Like let's say like you have 3 waves, so you'll be able to clear through waves because his skills, I'm pretty sure they're going to be really high modifier. I'm pretty sure because every Gojo character has at least a skill in their kit that does a lot of damage, right? So they're probably going to have a high modifier, and he's probably going to do a really good job at clearing waves and killing enemies. And then when you're actually on the boss stage and you're trying to do your maximum damage output, you'll just use your domain expansion to increase the amount of damage that you do to the enemy. So that way your main carry can actually do most of the damage, right? So he looks like a pretty good setup type character. We'll see how it turns out. I'm hoping he's really powerful, which I probably don't have to hope so much for because every Gojo has been extremely powerful that they've released. Maybe Blue Gojo's fallen off a little bit, but that's about it. He's still very powerful in his own right, considering we don't have another blue DPS, which I do like to mention that there's a possibility part 3 might have, a blue DPS character. I know a lot of people have been speculating Sukuna, but there's nothing that leads me to believe that it's going to be Sukuna, aside for the fact that it's just anniversary and people are like, okay, well, it's anniversary. They have to drop Sukuna because, I mean, he's hype, right? Which a lot of people would expect, but I want to be optimistic, but I'm just not going to do that. I'm going to lower my expectations and just assume that it could be any character, not just Sukuna, right? But anyways, appreciate you guys for watching the video. Of course, like I said, got a bunch of information. Be sure to use that code so that way you could get 300 cubes and 3 AP packs. It's nothing crazy, but any little bit helps, so that way you can obtain your domain expansion Gojo, as well as be able to farm stuff. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.